You got a fast car. Is it fast enough that we can fly away? Still gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. Fast Car by Tracy Chapman is an incredible song. Such an incredible song. It's back on my radar, although it was never that far off. Somebody named Luke Combs remade it. This is not a conversation about that. Some people are having it. It's an incredible song. Um, Talking about hopelessness and hope and fear and desire and angst and desire for more, talking about human potential, an impossible situation, talking about if we could just do this one thing, if we could just do this one thing, that things could be so much better, things could be so much different for me, for us. If it's been a little while, you should re-listen to that song because it's such a good one. It gives me this very strong, almost visceral reaction because we've all felt that way. We've all felt like, what's the point to this? What am I doing here? I'm stuck, trapped. I don't like this. I feel it's a sense of hopelessness. No matter what I do, it's an impossible situation that I can't get out of. Maybe you feel that way now. Maybe you felt that way in the past, but I think that we all certainly have. And it's one of the things about music that it taps into those parts of us. Bruce Springsteen is one of my favorites, and Fast Car reminds me a lot of The River. That just taps in again to these just emotional reactions and feelings that are part of the human experience. And when you are actually in the situation where you feel like there's no hope and you feel like, what's the point? That's an impossible situation. It's a terrible situation to be in. And again, I know that I've certainly felt that way in the past. And I want to talk about what my experience, or rather how I think that if you are feeling that way now, what you can do, or what can be done to sort of move you past that. My work, professionally work, my work, what I'm working on, one aspect of my work is focused on helping employees of companies manage their money. And that means that I work with employees that make a lot of money, that are really high income earners. And it also means that I work with people who earn very little. And it's a problem. Both are problems if you are feeling financially like you're stuck and you're feeling like financially you can't get ahead and you're stuck, you're trapped, no options. It's an even harder problem when you are working your butt off, working multiple jobs and can't make ends meet. Impossible to get ahead. And when you're working and thinking about money in general, there's lots of statistics. So many statistics out there. 2/3 of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Whatever, name it. Half of us couldn't come up with $500 in case of an emergency. So many statistics. And I can't do anything with 1,000,000 people. I can't do anything with 1,000 people. But I can absolutely do something and have a really, I think, profound and positive impact with the person that I'm sitting across the table from, the person that I'm having an actual interaction with in conversation. Can I fix that massive 2,000 person problem? No. Can I help the one person, John or Jane, across the table from me figure out how to stop feeling like, what's the point? I'm stuck. I'm trapped. What can I do? And it's not just money. We people, human beings, feel like, what's the point with so many things in life these days? With our health, if you're overweight, you're struggling with your weight, or you're not healthy, you have whatever it is, struggling with depression or anxiety or diabetes, struggling with relationships, you're lonely, you can't seem to find a partner, you're having a tough relationship with your existing partner, you can't get through to your kids. So many situations in life where you want to throw your hands up and just say, F it. What's the point of all of this? I feel hopeless. I can't get anywhere. And here's what I know. What I know for sure is that if you have no vision for a future or a life that is better than the one you have today, then there's very little chance that you're going to actually have a better future tomorrow, a year from now, a couple of years from now. Like Tracy Chapman talks about, just if we can make this change, if we get in your car, we can drive out of here, get out of this burned out city, get out of this dead end town onto something better. There's an opportunity for us to do that. It's the hope, being hopeful, promise of a better tomorrow. That's an essential component to what our lives are. It's an essential component to getting unstuck, feeling like you are not trapped, that your future will be better or can be and will be better than your past. That's an essential mindset, and one that is very much easier said than done. It's essential to create that vision of what you really want. And it's obvious, but it's one of those things that sounds easy but does hard. We are all so wrapped up in the doing of our everyday lives, of putting fires out and bills to pay and work to do and everything else, that it can be, and seemingly is, an impossibility to have a little bit of headspace to be able to say, okay, what is it that I really want? It might not be possible. It might be impossible. But if it were, what would I want? What would I want my life to look like? Where would I want to be? What would I want to be doing? What could give me a little bit of breathing room? How could I get some peace of mind? How can I stop being so anxious? What would that take? What would that take? And what I encourage you to do is, or encourage people in your lives that you're interested in helping, to think about their future in 3-year increments instead of 1-year increments, or instead of 50-year increments. 50 years is way too abstract. It's like 2,000 people, like I was talking about, versus sitting down with an individual and having a conversation with them. And 1 year is just not enough time to actually get anything done. So 3 years is good. You can really, your life can be dramatically, if not completely different, 3 years from today. Think about it. Could you lose 100 pounds in 1 year? No. Could you lose 100 pounds in 3 years? Probably. Could you be debt-free in a year? Maybe. Could you be debt-free in 3 years? Yeah, probably. Could you have a completely new career in a year? Maybe. Could you have a completely new career in 3 years? Yes. Could you have a family in a year? Maybe. That's cutting it pretty close. Could you have a family in 3 years? Yes. You could absolutely start a family. So it's simple little tweaks here and there to give you the tools that you need to frame the problem and to be able to attack or approach the problem correctly. So that's it. You need to create a compelling vision for your future that will pull you towards it, versus you just grinding it out day after day after day. And again, I totally get it. We've been there. And we all love a comeback story. We all love the hero's journey. It's the framework, the plot of so many of our great stories, of our great movies, great songs, all these things. And you are fully capable, or hopefully the people in your life that you're trying to help are fully capable of making their own comeback story, of completing their own hero's journey, of going through the terrible times, getting past it and on to the life, the experiences, the things that you really truly do want. So figure out what it is, what that better future can look like. Make a plan for actually realizing it, for bringing that desired 3 years from now into your current reality. What's it going to take to actually do that? And just start small, start taking little steps toward it. That's how we accomplish and solve every big problem. You can't just do it all at once. And when we try to do it all at once, it's we fail. We can't do it all at once. It takes small baby steps. And it's funny. I listened to Fast Car on YouTube this morning, and you can just watch the video, or you can actually, some people will put together and put the lyrics on there, and I wanted to get the lyrics right, so I'm reading the lyrics. And after the video was over, an ad comes up, as they do, and it was an ad for some kind of a college talking about change your future. And I just thought, it's so funny, right? Because that's what it's all about. So it's perfect targeting. It's like, you're listening to Fast Car, you might be feeling like like you're stuck, and what's the point? So great targeting. I'm not enrolling in any university program anytime soon, but maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe that's a great option for you, is to, get a new certification or degree, whatever. I don't know what it is. But I'm thinking it. Universities are thinking it. And I know that you potentially are thinking it too, because you're watching that video, or watching this video rather. So to give you some resources for helping you, or helping the people that you care for, to do that, we have a free goals course, which is essentially doing what it is that I've been talking about. It's thinking about and creating a plan and a compelling vision for your future. And it's free. You can access it. If you're struggling with money, we also have a free get out of debt course. So it walks you through the steps of getting out of credit card debt. And then we have a free values course, which, from my perspective, once we know what our values are, we start applying them, they're the filter through which and by which we make decisions about things, and allocate our most important resources of time, attention, energy, and money. And when we can link all those things up, the future that we want, creating goals and actions around that, and getting really clear on what's most important to us, I think that that's really when we start positioning ourselves for success. And I've got a new book coming up pretty soon. It's called The Purpose Book. And I think that you'll also find value in that, giving you a framework for helping you figure out it's a big book, short, but big book, helping you figure out just, if you are feeling like, what's the point? I'm stuck, feeling hopeless. It's designed to give you a vision for your future, and give you a framework for how you actually make that happen. So still going to make a decision, leave tonight or live and die this way. Do your part by doing your best.